It's time once again for another episode of Great Set Guys!
Every single time. Ah, fuck. Every single time.
Well, that's all right. If you guys want a beer, I can just get a couple.
Do you want these? This is for you. Hey, welcome to Great Set Guys. I'm Paul.
Yinzer Chuck.
Yinzer Chuck. Chuck, how you doing today?
Fucking fantastic, Paul.
It's a little bit cold. We're in the midst of Pittsburgh winter right now.
It is.
Right?
It is.
Have you ever been to a Subarctic beach party? I don't even know what that is, but do you think you've ever been to one?
It sounds like an oxymoron to me.
What is an oxymoron?
Yeah,
You're not that smart. Please use normal words.
Okay, so it's like when you put two things together, shouldn't really go together, you know?
Okay,
Like if we were on Subarctic, you know,
right?
I don't really think it'd be going to
Are there beaches?
beach. Well, that's why I think it's an oxymoron. I don't think
Oh,
I think there are
I think I'm
beaches.
getting it. I think I'm getting it now. Yeah.
in the Arctic
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
Subarctic, as it were. Was it Subarctic? Does that mean like
It means less than.
less than?
Less than.
So does that mean it's a little bit warmer than the Arctic, or does that mean it's a little bit colder than the
I think it just means it's a little bit less good than the Arctic.
Oh, so not quite as good as the Arctic.
Right, it's a little bit, so there's the band that's coming on today, I think they're called Subarctic Beach Party.
Yeah, we should
right?
ask him.
So they're less good than Arctic Beach Party,
The Arctic Beach Party, right?
right? That's,
Multi-platinum selling artist.
right, everybody knows Arctic Beach Party, right?
Right.
And so we're getting a less good version of Arctic Beach Party.
Okay.
Does that bum you out a little bit?
Well, but I mean, I think they're going to be great.
Okay,
You know?
well, I mean, I'm not
Are
convinced.
you a fan of Arctic Beach Party?
Everybody,
They're all right, I guess. but they
everybody
don't
loves
really
an
do it for
Arctic
me.
Beach Party.
You know, it's a subarctic beach party. You know what I mean? For me,
Have you been to the Arctic?
I have been to the Arctic.
You have been to the Arctic?
Yeah.
Did you go searching for Frankenstein? So Frankenstein, I think, as you know, is the actual reason why there are deaths in the Arctic. It's not, like polar bears don't exist. There's no animals in the Arctic, right? I read this on the internet, so it must be true. Frankenstein lives in the Arctic, and he's the one that kills everything. When you were in the Arctic, did you see let me correct myself. It's not Frankenstein, right? It's Frankenstein's monster, right? Before anybody makes a comment about me not knowing, yes, I know, I'm very, very smart. Right, Chuck?
Yeah. I think smart, I think.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But did you see Frankenstein's monster in the Arctic?
I did not see any monsters in the Arctic, Paul. It was
You didn't see any monsters at all?
nothing at all. It was, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was real cold,
Okay.
so I didn't go out much.
No?
No.
Did you stay in drinking? Stayed
Yeah.
in your room drinking?
I just like, you know, brought the old blanket and the bottle, you know, just hung out, had some drinks.
So you weren't in the Arctic specifically to go to a beach party or to find Frankenstein's
No,
monster?
we wanted to. I was on tour with a band. The bus broke down, and you know,
Wow.
we were stuck in the North Pole for a few days.
Wow.
So
That seems pretty rough.
yeah, it wasn't really the best of circumstances. You know what I mean?
Huh.
It was just one of them things. We was just passing through. You
Right,
know?
right. On your way to where?
Yeah, well, we was going from south to north, and we just figured it'd just be easier, just like
To
just
go over
right
the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you worried about falling off the edge of the flat Earth?
Well, boy, no.
Did you even consider
New
that?
fear unlocked, I guess. I didn't even know that was a thing.
New fear unlocked. Well, I guess we'll see if Subarctic Beach Party can live up to the standards of Arctic Beach Party, Frankenstein's Monster, and Chuck actually being in the North Pole. I guess we'll find out here in a few moments.
I think we're going to exceed.
Really? I think they're going to be worse. So what's more sub than sub-Arctic?
More sub than
Like two
like
sub?
two sub,
Like 2XL or 3XL? Double sub-Arctic.
Contra Contra party, right? Is that what it is?
Action!
To Ripley. Always your face like a space, destination beautiful. Ship empties its mode of close-up trace, down screens that blink, blank, blip. Somewhere between countdown and coma time is a line where waking centuries often drained against that measure we find. Our blood redshifts, direction west, until film can clone one sun with stars both whole and gone. Attending every sequel, we pray for an intent equal to our interest.
Ladies and gentlemen, Subarctic Beach Party. What's up, Hey, thanks for coming on Great Set, guys. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Eddie.
I'm Adam.
I'm Chuck.
Chuck. So Chuck and I were talking before you guys came out. I'm worried that you're going to be worse than the famous band Arctic Beach Party.
Yeah, well, that's why they call us Subarctic Beach Party. Subarctic Beach Party. I'm sure you got to that one on your own.
Have you been to a subarctic or Arctic beach party? Because I'm presuming like you would never go so far as to create a name that isn't truthful, right?
Never.
Right. You wouldn't want to do that.
Well, back in college, they have these events. You've heard of the anything but clothes party, I'm sure.
I haven't heard of
You
that.
haven't heard of this.
No.
The diaper parties, I'm sure. And one was a Subarctic beach party. So that was nothing but beach towels in a time like this, January.
So
We were all there.
do you guys know what subarctic actually means?
Yeah.
Less than Arctic, but like worse, right?
Yeah. Well, worse in what way?
Worse than the not as good as Arctic. So what would be characterized as like what would you consider less good than Arctic?
Less good than Arctic. I might say, Chuck will back me up on this. I might say a trio of indie rock players.
Monkeys, maybe, of some sort.
Monkeys are
Like the Arctic?
Arctic monkeys, is that a thing?
Oh,
Have you heard of this?
dropping names now. Yeah, I know.
You're just making shit up, man.
That's I think is that a thing? I'm actually asking, that's a band, right?
I always took it as like, when you're at the top, right, that's the best, right? And if you look at the Earth, right, the Arctic's
It's the top, right? It's the best place. It's the best place on
Well,
Earth.
there's also
No. I thought the Arctic was at the bottom.
Antarctic, that's Antarctic. Which implies that
Thanks, Marvin.
which implies the existence of Antarctic, of course. Well, sub implies the existence of Dom Arctic. And Switch Optic Beach Party.
And you guys are prepared to play today to prove that you're not sub, I guess, is really what we're going for.
I hear the Arctic. Yeah.
Right, so you're going for the sub thing.
Yeah, I think we've got sub vibes.
Okay. Have you done a lot of shows? Have you played around the region a lot?
This is our first show.
Yeah.
This is your
We just
first
met,
show.
yeah.
I still don't know both their names.
Yeah.
You just met like that there.
Yeah. Well, it was like our manager wanted to put a rival band together for Arctic Beach Party.
Okay,
But
okay.
just so
Okay.
we didn't want to, that's how we met.
That makes sense.
Mordecai's like the Harry Styles of the group,
Obviously.
and I'm the Niall, and
And they needed a third, so I should.
Yeah. Adam's like the Ringo, and he's in Big Time Rush, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how would you for someone who hasn't heard your music before, how would you guys describe it?
Subpar.
If we were being nice about ourselves, Eddie's got this description like
Ice Cold Punk, that's the tag.
Yeah.
Ice cold punk, so,
Like,
but wouldn't that be Arctic and not sub-Arctic?
well, that's like, well,
I mean, it's still
Arctic,
Arctic, it's just
yeah.
less
Yeah.
than.
We're close.
well, in the Arctic.
So
yeah.
it's still cold.
It's
Yeah.
It's
They-
just not as cold.
Well, they use Celsius in the Arctic, so we use Fahrenheit,
Yeah.
so that's, you know.
But isn't temperature the same?
No, it's better.
Well, it's measured, we gotta
If you want
measure
to
it.
be like reductive, I guess. I mean,
So if it's like 0 degrees Celsius, it's like 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's about us, we're like lukewarm, cold.
What, Kelvin's
Wait,
like two.
what, hold on, guys. 0 Celsius and 32 Fahrenheit are the same.
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, it's not actually warmer, right?
Well, we wanna give the impression that we're.
It gets confusing. We do most of our work in Kelvin. so
Yeah,
it's a
Kelvin.
little.
Okay,
Absolute
so,
zero.
so you're going
Is that
more for the absolute
243?
zero.
You add 243? What's the
I think
number?
so.
237? Do you
270
know about
sounds
Kelvin?
right for, like,
Of course I do. Why don't you tell us what you think Kelvin is?
I think the math is
Yes, Calvin and Hobbes, yeah. I was more of a far side kid.
You were saying, Mordecai?
Wait, let's talk about something else now.
I mean, people would say that Pittsburgh is pretty subarctic. People make that joke all the time. Pittsburgh winter.
Jens or Chuck, what do you say to that?
You know, I guess. Winter time, we consider subarctic here in Pittsburgh, I guess, in winter time. You know, still, no beach.
No beaches.
No.
No beaches in Pittsburgh.
No beach. We got a beach view.
What about
Ain't no view, ain't no beach. So we got the fucking
Does
town.
Point Park count? Like
Yeah,
Point?
state park, you can go in the water there.
No,
A cement
It needs
beach.
sand, I think.
it doesn't.
It needs sand.
Yeah.
There's pebble beaches.
One more thing about your songs is the topics of your songs, is it strictly about climate? Or are you writing about other things?
Every song is secretly about climate if you really do.
You have to match up the letters.
Yeah.
Okay, there's
Yeah, they're all, it's palindrome, or,
Palindrome?
yeah,
palindrome.
If we're being real though, I think we have like one winter themed song.
oh, there is one, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Ironically, though, it's about being.
In the summer, yeah.
Subarctic.
It's an oxymoron.
Come full circle. Well, we're gonna hear Subarctic Beach Party here in a few moments. Chuck's looking forward to you, me, I'm not convinced yet, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
Prepare to be subbed.
All right, thanks guys. Well done.
Cameras are rolling.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, in the outtakes.
Oh, we put that up yesterday.
Oh my
Permission to yell!
Permission denied.
Thanks. Force of habit. All right, Martian Weekend, take it, Adam. cat PTO. No one can tell you what to do with it. Whatever it is, you can get to it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Nice. Okay, sounds great, set, guys.
Volunteer to hit all the lights in the back. Got it, thank you.
Tammy's in charge.
Alright,
Ready?
Dead by Dawn. Ready?
You guys need a breather or anything?
Do you need a breather? I'm not, I don't breathe.
I'll click it in. Ready?
Alright, I'm ready. I don't breathe, it's true. Let's get away a couple nights. I know a place where we can hide. No, you don't have to be scared. There's no basement that don't go down there. Nothing else. When you change your hair, and I think you can recognize her. Won't you give me just one more tip? I know I shoveled up your rip. Does it mean that you go like me? Not to your head or your body. She said drop dead by dawn. She said drop dead by dawn. She said drop dead by dawn. Alright, got him. Alright, cool. Cut?
Yeah, you could have played a little bit slower. I think it took you long to set up.
Yeah, probably. You could have said cut.